Okay, welcome to part 2 of coloring this little frog here. This is from Johanna Basford's coloring books. So I now am going to just jump right in here and get started. So we left off here, when we left on in part 1, we did the body and we did the little guy's head. So now let's come down and let's do this little, well actually I remember we needed to finish these right here. These are the little bumps on his little face. So let's grab this orange right here, and I'm gonna put it, I guess, right here. We're just gonna go on the outsides here. Make sure you're set up with your, your picture that was there, and then you have your layer. This is where you should be. This is right where you should be, anyways, if you were following along. Okay. So now I'm going to fill all these in, and just fill them in. Hope you guys are liking this. Please leave some comments, okay? Because I really like the comments, because then I know that you guys are into it, When I don't get comments, I think, nobody, likes it or whatever, and then there's nobody doing them, and I feel like, well, should I keep making them or what? So please leave your comments. So I'm just going to go through and color these little guys in. Okay. Alrighty, now I'm going to, we can do a little bit of shading around the bottoms of these, just a little bit like this. A little bit like that, a little bit like that, and then just shade them. Oh, this one's too big, but just shade it out a little bit so that the bottoms look, you just see what I mean? It just adds a little more to it. You're going to do the other side the same way, okay? And then same thing with them on these, just do the bottoms, just like that, and then shade them in. Okay, and then let's put some red in the middle here. Okay. Oh well, yeah, just go ahead and do the same thing on the other side, okay? If you want, you can just, maybe you can even put a little highlight of this yellow. And now it's the brighter yellow here. It's this bright one. Right at the top. It's more like, that would probably be like a lemon yellow. And just kind of put that on the top. Like so. Alright. And do the same thing on the other side. Okay. Alrighty. So now what we're going to do is this little bib area here. So let's take this lime green here, or lime peel, and then let's drop that in there. Okay. Now I want to shade it. So let's grab the yellow, the canary yellow, and just go along the outer edge a little bit thicker. You want it maybe about that thick or so along the outer edge. Give it a highlight. Okay. Alright. And then just kind of shade it in. And again, make sure your shading brush is, a good enough size to where you can get your shading done without, going over. You don't want it too big, but you don't want it too small either, so you want it just right, like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. This one's too hard, this one's too soft, this one's just right. Okay, so same as your brush. So think of the Goldilocks and the Three Bears. When you're doing your shading, just blend it all out. Okay. Nice shade here. And then come up on the other side. And you're gonna same thing. Okay, blend it out. Okay. See, it really adds a lot of glow to him. Now let's take the aqua color kind of that we were using. It's not really aqua, it's just something I thought was going to be good. And let's just do it on the inside. But let's do it a little bit, I guess that's good enough. I was thinking maybe do it a little bit thinner. You don't want to do it too thick because then you get rid of the green, which we don't want to do. Just want to add a little glow to the inside. Okay. Okay, and then just blend them out. Oops. You don't want it too big to where you gotta be careful, don't ruin your underneath, because I didn't put it on another layer. I'm gonna start remembering to use these layers, because even I don't do them because I just kind of so used to doing it with colored pencils, because you don't really work with layers and colored pencils. So now I'm just going to add a little bit down here. Let's hit on the top part, and then bring it down. Okay, now we're going to add, we need a darker shade, so I'm going to go into here, and I'm going to go with a good color here. Let me put this in your palette. Okay, and then I'll have that palette for you on Etsy. Just download it and you'll have every single color that we're using here. And then just title it Frog when you get it so that you'll know what colors you use it for. But of course you can use it for anything, but at least you'll have some cool colors to add to your repertoire. And plus when you get it, it supports me too, it helps me out because I don't charge very much, but at least every little bit helps. But if you can and you want to support, then you just become a patron, and then you get different. I have all kinds of coloring pages and stuff that I'll put on there for you all and things like that. So it's worth it if you color a lot. Let's just put the that in here just for the sake of it. I'm just going to add a new layer, and then I'm just going to hit multiply, just because I don't want to have to worry about getting anything in there. I'm just gonna go across like so, and then like so. Okay, then just use your eraser. Oops, just use your eraser, and then you can take your time and just fill it in however you want to do it. I like using the eraser because it's, you guys know, I love it. It's fun for me, so I use the eraser. Oops. So go through and just clean it up, okay? You don't need to see all this, so I will stop the video and I'm going to clean up my thing. Okay, clean up yours. So let's take this layer now and just go merge down. Okay, so now we're all back to normal on our layer. Now over here we don't really need to use a layer. When I decide if I want to use a layer or not, I just kind of see how complicated it is and if I'm going to be doing anything. But this I'm just going to be careful and just kind of fill them in. But with what colors? I think we'll do orange and red. So just fill these in with your light orange. which is kind of like a little yellowy color. And then let's take a red and then just fill them in. Make sure your brush is small enough so you can get in there without disrupting the underneath, or you can just drag it too. Just drag them in. All right, so do that on both sides. Okay, and then also shade. Take your shader with that orange there and just shade along the bottom here, like this, and do this on the same thing on the other side. Okay, and take your shader and just shade it in. Okay, and then do the same thing over here. Just maybe come up on both sides, like so, and then shade it in. Shade it in, and then put in a little, take a bright yellow and put a little highlight here in each top of one of these. Put a nice little highlight right in the middle, like that. Okay, and then put a little bit of white, maybe right in the middle here. You know, we want to get some nice highlight going with the white. So just kind of do that. Alright, and then on the red, we need a darker red, so let's grab the red that I put there for you. And just shade the bottoms a little bit of the reds. Okay. And then it kind of dulls it out a little bit, so you can go with, let me see here. Maybe that one. Let me see what you have anything in our palette similar. Okay, I'll give you that pink there too. So take that and then just kind of put it right above these here. Alright, and then blend her out. Okay, so now you got a nice red, and if you want to, you know, it just depends on how much time, you know, you want to take with them. Just kind of play around with however you like to do it, but it's kind of how I do it. You don't really see the shading at the bottom, so you don't necessarily need to do the shading. But it would be good if you at least do this shading here. This part. Probably don't need to shade the bottom because you don't really see it anyway. Just add a little highlight there, and then, you know, go back and do all these. Okay? Just like that. And then put your shade here. Alright. And just blend it nice. It's got a little shade to it. Okay, so do that all the way around here, and then do the same on this side. Okay, I'll do it and I'll be right back. You did good. Okay, now let's we need to do the little arms here. Let's get another layer. Okay, and select that to multiply, and let's take our lime peel and drop it in. Okay. Put it in. Right. Okay. Now, what we need to do is give it some shading. So let's take our, I think we'll go with the brighter yellow this time, and make sure our brush is wide enough to give it a nice little shade here, just like so. Okay. And then instead of blending it in, let's try doing this. Go over here and hit Gaussian blur and just slide it until we like the effect. Well, let's see. It blends it out too much, so I think I put too much yellow in mine. I'm gonna get out of here and I'm gonna hit undo. I'm gonna hit undo. I don't want so much yellow. I only want it right along the edges here. I don't want to get rid of all the green. I just want just a little glow along the edge there. Okay, now you can take your eraser and clean it up. Okay. Clean it up. I mean, you can just color it in too if you prefer, instead of, you know, if you don't want to do it that way, you can always just do it the other way, and then you just blend it out. Just do it normal. I was going to try to do that blur, but I'll do it. I usually do that blur when I do flowers now. The last one I did it came out pretty cool, that technique. We'll do it probably in this video. Alright, so see how it has a nice little glow along the edge, and then I think we need a little bit of glow on the top here of his little paws. So right here, just put a little glow, maybe down in here too. Okay, and then take your eraser course and go clean this all up. So do the same thing on the other side, okay? Just clean it all up when you're done here. And go. So do the same thing on the other side. But except for down here, let's grab a darker orange and just fill these in. And let's try to make these look like little gems, or like little jewels, I guess. And the way, just give it a little shade. Take the red, and then let's just make it smaller, and just kind of go along the outside edges, and then blend those out. That was too far, wasn't it? And it was also too thick, so let's keep it a little smaller. You just want it to have a little bit of a outside edge. Okay, and then blend that out. Okay, well, you might have to play around with this a little bit. Okay, and then you want to take a lighter one and just put that in the middle like this. Okay, maybe like that, just so it's a little lighter in the middle. It just depends on how much detail you want to go with. And just give it a little bit of a highlight with this really light green, and make it all the way up, and keep your thing small, and just give it there, and then maybe take your eraser and just, I mean, like I say, it just depends on how crazy you want to get with it. So yeah, so do that on all of these, and then finish that, and make sure you clean up all that area. Okay, and we'll be back. Okay, now we got to do the legs. So we'll just do one, obviously, and you can do the next one on your own here. Let's take our froggy color and drop it in here for a little color. Ching. Oh, you know what I need to do? Oh well. Actually, here, take this, go to your hair, and merge that down. Okay? We don't need to do another layer, I don't think. Actually, we do, because I want to shade it in here. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab another layer, multiply. Okay. Yeah, I just want to make sure it's set. Okay, good. Okay, so now I'm going to drop in my green here, and drop in the green here. Alright, so we've got all that going. Now, what I want to do is we are going to take the yellow, and let's make it fairly nice size yellow, and let's just kind of come along here, that edge there, and then blend it out. Blend that out, like that. Alright, and then come around here. Oops, it's too big. Make sure you get that. And then come along here. And then along here, okay. just the tips here, blend those out, and then blend them out. Okay, we got those blended. I'm going to put that green back in that here just to clean that up. Okay, and then your eraser, and you want to go over. Okay, might make it a little bit bigger, I guess. Okay. Okay, and then now let's take the darker aqua color that I have there and just add a little bit of shading right in there and along the bottom, like so. And then let's blend that one out. You don't have to worry about the arm because we are on a different layer. But we definitely want to get some shading, some good shading in here. So let's get that blended. Okay, shading makes it look good. So, and I'm going to do this top part in here too. Just blend that out. Got a nice look going there. Okay, and then let's add some of our lighter aqua. I think maybe up in here, like just kind of random, you know, and then just blend that out. There we go. So we have a little variance in color there. See, it looks pretty good. Okay. Clean it up. Clean it up real nice. If you need to get bigger, just so you can get in the areas that you want. Just clean it up. Because, you know, the cleaner it is, obviously, when we do the background, I don't know what I'm going to do in the background. I think I'm going to try to figure out something really cool, something creative, you know, for the background using our digital tools. I'll figure something out to make the background really cool. I don't know what yet, but I will figure something out. Just clean it up. Okay. I have to worry about some of this stuff because, I mean, we are going to be coloring over it, so you don't really have to have it too clean. I mean, but I just like to because, I don't know, I just do. Okay, so there we go. There we go. Hi, little guy. Let me just see how it looks from far away so I can kind of see if we need any more highlights. If you want, I think we might need a little bit more yellow over here, so I'm just going to add a little bit more in here and blend it out. Okay, so you just kind of add your yellow how you want. Okay, on the other side, do that same thing, and then also let's do this since we're here. Let's take the darker aqua that we have, and let's just go along the edges of here, just like so. And then of course blend those out. Just blend them out a little. Okay, so we got that blended. That's good. And then let's see. Let's take. Well, I guess we don't need to. I'm just thinking out loud, so I want to see what I want to do in here. Just blending this out a little bit. In these areas here, let's see. Let's take. We're going to stick with the yellows and oranges since that's what we got going here. So let's fill these in. I'm thinking with the yellow. Maybe the ones with the holes do yellow like that. Okay. Any of the ones with the holes, you know. And then the ones that don't have a hole here, let's do this one too. And I'll just color that one in. These ones, let's just do in the oranges. That's not drastic enough, I don't think. Let's take a darker orange and see. Yeah, just take a darker orange on these, the ones without the little holes, like that. Okay, and then let's do, okay, we're gonna need a yellow, again, for here, for these. Fill them in, like so. Okay, and just fill them all in. Okay, and the ones that don't have a hole, that will be that color. And the middles, I think we'll do, let me see if I want to do orange or red. I think, well, either way, if you want orange or you want red. Actually, let's do orange and we'll shade them with red. So, put the orange, the darker orange. Oops. If you need to make it bigger, just make it a little bit bigger. If you need to. Okay. Alright, what's it freezing up here? Okay. Alright, when that happens, not a big deal. Just get your thing back and resume. Okay. So go ahead and fill all these in, just like I was doing there. And then let's take some red. I'm going to go ahead and do those off camera because we're just going to be filling these in. Then let's take the red, and on these bottoms, just shade them with some red, like so. And then of course, whoops, keep it smaller, and just shade it in. So you've got, you know, a little shade on them. Okay. Okay, that's pretty zen. Alright, you may want to take a little bit of the medium yellow, and if you want, you can put a little bit in there. Okay, it just depends on how crazy you want to get. Me, I will do it on everyone, because that's fun for me, and that's why I do this, is for fun. So I will go have fun right now and color my little guy, and put on some music, because I'll just relax, and I will do all of those. And you might want to put a little yellow up here. Let me grab some yellow here, a little bit here, just a little bit of highlight, and then blend them out. Nice little highlight up at the top. Isn't this fun? And then maybe down here. Okay, and you want to blend them out. Blend them out. Okay. And then let's fill these in with red. Okay. Take the red, and then just grab the light orange, and then just kind of put a little in the middle, just so you can leave the red edge on the outside. That way you don't have to draw the red edge on the outside. Okay, and then just, you can make sure your blender is big enough, about like that big, and then just, oh, that's too big. Just blend it out a little. Okay. Just blend it out a little bit. And then take your eraser, make sure it's nice and small, and all the way up, and just give it its little highlight. Nice little highlight, okay? And if you want, you can add a little highlight here too. Because that really kind of jazzes it up a little bit. And just blend it in. Don't blend it in too much because you really kind of want to keep the highlight. Okay, give it a little sparkle. Give it a little sparkle. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and do all these with the reds, and do all the shading, the red and the oranges. Okay, I use darker orange in here. Okay, and so do the same thing over here to this leg. Okay, so enjoy yourself and then come back. Okay, so I am back, and I just colored all mine in just like so. I just did, the same way. Just did all the details and just, had some fun and did my thing over here. I did forget though to put in a little highlight here. So if you want to, let me go like this. I have to switch my. If you want to just, throw in a few little highlights. I forgot to do it over here. Just do a couple here real quick. And so. I just a few little touches here just to give it a little bit. I'll straighten it out off camera, but I just want to kind of give you a rough idea here, Okay. All right. So I hope you have fun doing that little section. It's fun, right? Okay. Now let's do the lily pad. How about that? So with the lily pad, I think we're gonna do. Let's take your layer and make sure we merge this down. So when you're if you had a new layer, make sure we're all on the same page here. And with this one, we definitely need a new layer. So let's get a layer and switch that to, get a new layer and switch it to multiply. Okay. So now what we're going to do is let's go in here with this new layer and take a dark green here, and I'm going to just kind of put in a dark green in the base down in here real quick, okay? And then we can kind of maybe on the sides and in here, okay? Now you're going to have to obviously go back in here now and take your eraser, okay? And then just go in and of course clean all this up. Okay, so go ahead and do that. Now if you want to color it in the regular way without doing it all messy like this, obviously go ahead and do that. Whatever your preference is. I like using the eraser tool for me because it's fun and I just like the feeling of it. So also, see how I'm doing this with my side? I'm kind of holding the Apple Pencil almost flat sideways, and I'm doing it kind of flat, and I'm just sort of giving it a little bit more of a, with the smudge tool. I want it shaded, but it's just kind of helping me a little bit, just to have, I want the darkness, but I don't want it to be just like one solid color dark, I just want so that it has that dark look, but yet, a dark look, but still a little bit, I don't know how to explain it. Have it a dark look, but not just one solid color, a little a shaded dark look. How about that? Did that work? Word work for you? So I'm just kind of going back in and then just kind of putting it flat and just kind of blending it like so. And just kind of, just like this, just kind of getting that going. And then, actually, before you even do the eraser, you might as well just wait, and then just take a yellow, and with the yellow, grab it like so, okay, and then like so, okay, like so, and then again with that smudge tool, let's start smudging it around here. Okay, smudge it around. Now you're going to have to add maybe some more green. And I chose a different green this time, just for difference. And then maybe grab that dark one again. Put some dark in here a little bit. And, you know, you just kind of, just for variation reasons, you know, just kind of just get that dark on the bottom there. I mean, I know I'm doing this fast, but you could take your time, of course, and do it, you know, color it in any of the techniques I showed you. I'm just doing it this way because I like trying things that are new too, you know. I don't always like doing things exactly always the same either. I get bored too. I like to try different things. Now that I have this, I like to just try different things. So I'm going to try the yellow again and maybe put a little in here. And yeah, I mean, I know it's kind of repetitive, oops, because, you know, I'm putting the darks and then the lights and then, I mean, but that's the way I'm doing it. That's just the way I'm doing it. Okay, and again with some dark. So just kind of play around till you're kind of satisfied with what you got going. I'm just doing these little underneath part. I like to have a little bit darker there. And then I like the highlight on the yellow. So I'm going to add just, now I'm going to be a little bit more careful, and I'm going to turn the opacity down too. Turn the opacity down now on the yellow, and just kind of give the little ends some highlight, you know, because this is where it would probably be a little lighter, right? Oops. See, if you push harder, you're going to get a harder, you're going to get a lot more color. So it all depends on how much pressure you put on your pencil, which is cool because it gives you a feeling like you're really coloring, you know, because you're controlling the color and you're controlling the pressure and I mean, you have control. It's pretty awesome, huh? Pretty awesome. I'm going to grab a little bit more yellow here, just on the end. I like to have a little bit more color on the end, like that, okay? And I'm wondering if I want to throw in a little pink for just some variants. I'm not sure if I'm going to like it, but I'm just going to try to see if I like just a tad of pink. You know, you don't have to put much, but just a little pink, you know, if you want. I mean, I just for to add a little bit of interest, you know, to the picture. I think it's kind of cool to add a little bit of that. You don't need to do a lot, but just a little, and then kind of go back and see if you like it, if you think it's too dark or whatever. And it's kind of hard because we got all this color, so I think I'm going to go ahead and erase part of it here. Oops. You got to be a little bit more careful, you know, because you don't want to go over, see, like that. You don't want to see that right there. You don't want to go over. So just when you're doing it, just kind of make sure you're close to the, see, my brush is too big, so I'll just make my brush smaller. Okay, and then just clean it up. Just clean it up. Okay, and then you can get more of an idea if you like it or if you need to add more color. Okay, now we're going to come around here. Ooh, oh, that's fun. Look at that. Ooh, that's fun actually. Isn't that fun? See that? Look at that. It's like magic. I like doing this. This is great. So relaxing. I need to be relaxed right now too. So much going on. Jeez. Alright, and then come over here and reveal all the goodness underneath. that cool? It's like magic, huh? Whoa. That's okay. I'm gonna get in there and clean that up. Come over here and come up here. That, just like magic. Woo! So fun. Okay, now what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to put my finger over here and then just use the smaller brush here, turn it to full, and then just fill that in. And then the same over here. Just grab the color that's most nearest to it, and then you can just fill it in. If it lets you, but sometimes it. There you go. There you go. You can just fill it in if you mess up, you know. So there's different ways, you know, you can clean up your act. There you go. Alright. And then I'll just blend this around a little bit here. Okay, oops. I overblended that, didn't I? Alright. Make my brush a little smaller here. There we go. I'm kind of a stickler when it comes to that. I like everything to be really good and perfect because that's how I like it. Okay, so just go around, and if you have anything you want, you know, that you need fixed, just go in and fix it up. Okay, there we go. Okay, and that little area here. So go through your picture and just do the same technique I did there. And then if you like it, like, see, I'm not sure if it looks too dark over here, but see, after you lighten it up and you take your eraser and you know, when you get rid of it, then you can kind of see, like, if you want to add anything to it or whichever. So I'm just gonna, I just want to see if I want to do some more shading. I'm just gonna do one side here. Okay. So, oh man. Okay. Okay. So, alright, so let me do this on the back. So I just erased all the, you know, the stuff around there, and I just want to see if it needs any more shading, any highlights. So I'm going to go ahead and put in, so now I got to be a little bit more careful, and I'm going to go ahead and make sure I turn the opacity down, and I do want to add a little bit more highlight in there, so I'm going to make just a little highlight in the front up in here. Okay, so we have, you know, gotta have that highlight. I think it really makes a big difference when you know, have a little bit of drastic, you know, the lighter area there. Makes it look like the sun is kind of shining on it. Right, on this cute little lily pad. There we go. Might be good. Just play around with your highlights, like so, however. I think I'll put a little bit more around this snail here. Cute little snail. Maybe in here. But I just gotta, again, be careful with the blending a little bit more. And keep the brush kind of smaller when I get in here. Yeah, okay. And then I'm going to blend the direction of the lily pad itself so that it has a little bit of direction moves. And then if your brush, you know, is too small, you're going to get those strokes. So try to keep it as large as you can without going over your area, that, you know, over this area or the areas we want to keep. Yeah, the highlights are nice. Gosh, I still feel like I need a little bit more in here. Just a little bit more. Maybe I need a brighter, let's try the brighter yellow. That's a bit, oh yeah, the brighter yellow. Let's use the brighter one. See, isn't that cool? You can just play around with these colors. Yeah, I like the brighter yellow. Now let's blend that in. And you just take your time and just, you know, play around. I like the little glow, you know, it's just kind of cool. Alright. Okay. Nice little glow to it, and I think we need a little bit of glow over here too, right? Get some glow going over here. Blend that in. Okay. And maybe a little over here. Glow right in there. Okay, so now we got a nice little lily pad there. Now if you want to maybe make it even a little darker just towards the bottom, just go into your classic mode here and just grab a little bit darker of a green and just maybe shade it a little bit just on the inside, you know, right just where it's going to be darkest. Again, these are just little details, you know, that you can add that really adds a little bit of oomph to your picture. Oomph. Boy, I've been using that word a lot because I don't know what else would work. A little drama. It adds a little drama to your picture. A little shading. Put in a little more color in here. A little more here. And I'm just going to blend that out. And so you just play around till you're happy with it. Alright. There we go. Yeah, see, just give it a little extra. It's a subtlety for sure, but it's nonetheless there. Okay, and then now with the snail, let's merge this layer down. Okay, get a new layer and hit multiply. And then with the snail, let's do a, okay, I'm going to have to pick a color for you guys here because I'm going to, oh, like I say, I'll put this on Etsy for you so you'll have it. Let's do, alright, let's start it with a creamish base. So let's go to your palette and let me put it there for you so I don't forget. There you go, there's a creamish base. And then what we'll do is we're on multiply. And I remember a multiply doesn't sometimes work. We need to go to, I don't know why it does that, I really don't. But if you hit darker color, then it seems to work. Oh great, what am I going to have a problem now? That's weird. The color's not coming out anywhere. That's weird. Huh, I could see it here, but I do not see it. And if I hit multiply, then it gets darker. Oh wow, okay, well I don't know why that's happening, so. Alright, well then here, let's just take this and clear it out, okay? So hit clear and then just merge down. Alright, so since I don't know why it's not letting me do layer, because we did it all along, so I don't have no idea. So I'm just gonna just do it this way. Okay, so let's take our, but you just gotta be more careful because we don't have it on another layer, so we can't go over it. So this is going to be more like coloring like normal, you know. So we'll just base the whole thing with this little tannish color, and then we can do our shading of this little guy. Okay, so we got a nice base of them in there. Okay, now I'm going to take a let's go with this one here, which is kind of like a goldenrod, and move the opacity down just a smidge, and just go along the edge, like so. Okay. And then our famous blender, make sure we get the right size. That's because we don't want to go over blend it, because then we're going to hit that green. We don't want to do that, right? So just give it a nice little blend there so it has nice. And then let's go even, we're going to need a darker one. So let me grab one here for you. For us, I'll use that one. Put it over here for you. Put it next to that one. So now I'm going to make this a little smaller. And I'm just going to go around real small. Just almost on the line, if you will. Just enough to give it that two-toned effect. So it's not quite, so just one color. There, now blend it in, blend it all together. There we go. Okay, hey Snally, you look good. Okay, now here, I think I will use the brown again, and then just put the dark here, and then just blend it out like this, and keep the tip light. So push it this way down so you can have the tip light and then the base dark, you know. And then for its head, I think we'll just keep it light like that and kind of do the same thing. Unless you have a different idea, maybe you want to do a. You can't really do a green head. I mean, you could give it an orange head if you want. You could try an orange head, but I'm just going to do it like this. Keep it kind of a snaily color, and just blend it out. Okay. Alrighty. Alright, Snaily, you look cute. So cute. Little Snaily. Alright, so there's our little snail, and I think we are done with one. Now, you could go along the edge of this, but I'm just going to leave it. I think it's just kind of fine. If I do go over, well, I mean, I could make the lines a little bit more vivid. Let me try and see what I can do here. Let's take, should I do a dark green down in there? I'll try. Let me see. Let me do let's do a darker green, or I can go for a real lighter green. Let's see. I'm not sure which one. Let me see. If I take a light green, okay, and I do this, I'm only just going to do it in one section, and then I can kind of go back and see if I even like it. I'm going to just do this little part here. And I'm going to try to do it in one stroke. That way when I undo it, I only have to push the undo button once and it'll go away. But it's not going to be one now. Yeah, I think I kind of like that. So I'm going to go ahead and outline this. If you need to get bigger, here, just make it as big as you can so you can see it easy. We're going to have to shade it when it gets close to the bottom, because this is going to be darker down in here, but I'm just going to put it in here regardless. And the reason you can't fill it, use the automatic fill, is because it's open here. See, when it's open like this, what it'll do, it'll just spill out like a paint bucket. See, watch. See, because there's an opening here. So in order to use the fill, you have to make sure that it's totally closed, okay? Just so you know. Okay, so now that's really good, but what we need to do now, I don't know how to use the overlay. There's something in here called an overlay, but I haven't used it yet. So so for now, I'm just going to take that the darker green and then just turn the opacity way down until I can just get a little shading to it, just down in here, because it would be shaded, right? Okay, shade it. Uh-oh. So you just gotta be careful. Okay. I want it to be shaded in there, and maybe even take this lighter green, because I gave you guys a couple of different shades of green in that palette, and then you can use that too. You don't have to make it quite so dark if you don't want. Just kind of bring that out. Okay. There we go. Alright, and then now we'll go back here, and that's not the green I used. There you go. That's the green. I put it on your thing. Okay, so my opacity is too low. Turn it all the way up again. Okay. Let me see if I like that. Yeah, I think I like it with the shade. So let's just go ahead and just outline the whole area, okay? And then when you get in here, just be a little careful, unlike I just did. Just be a little careful when you get into this section here. Keep your brush kind of small, okay? And then we'll do the same thing. Just keep it a little shady. Use a little bit of that light green, you know, because you don't want this to be bright underneath here, because it's not. It would be in the shade. So you want it, but you don't want it too dark like that, because you don't even see it. So maybe we'll do the little bit of this. Try this green in here, and then we can shade that. Just switch the tone of the green a little bit, and then grab that dark one again. Well, not maybe the second to the dark one. Uh-oh. I better be more careful here. Okay. Alrighty. And I just see something here. Whoa, that really needed... Oh, what am I doing here? That's kind of crazy. Oh, this is going to be hard. So that's the thing. You need to use layers, because this can happen, what I just did. So now I just gotta just blur that around. See, I mean, this is good that I'm showing you how to fix it, because, you know, if you accidentally do what I did, you'll know how to fix it. Just grab the color, put in a little bit more of the color, and then just blend it out. Okay, so, alright. Now anyway, I gotta do a little blending here. Alright. Okay, so yeah, see how that green now is kind of blending in a little bit more. All right, so now just go around with your green, and just go around this and all the lily pad here, and then the other side too, all over. Okay, and then come back. Okay, I am back. So I did around here, and also right here in this area, I just added a little bit of the green, just to give it, you know, along the inside edge of here. Gotta blend it out a little more, but just to give it a little, another thing, just another little push. And also I added a little bit back there, okay? And so I think we're gonna end this video here. This is part 2. Now the next part is gonna be the flowers, okay? That's gonna be really fun. So I will see you in part 3. Hope you're having fun. Okay, so thanks for tuning in, and please, you guys, I love the comments. I really do, because if I get more comments, then YouTube sees that it's more active and stuff, and so it makes my videos rank higher, and that's cool for me. So just leave some comments. It could be anything, and then like and subscribe, and if you could become a Patreon, that would be awesome. Patrons I put lots of my coloring pages up there, things like that. So I'm looking at this while I'm talking to you. I'm thinking I might want to shade a little bit underneath here. So I think I'm going to take this dark green actually, and I'm going to try it. Let me turn the opacity really low, and just in case, I'm going to make another layer. Hopefully the another layer will work. I don't know why it didn't on the last one. Let's see what happens. Will it go? I don't know why it's not. Isn't that weird? Well, it is working now. That's weird. I don't know why it didn't last time. But I'm just going to add. That's weird. It's turning a different color. Look at that. It's going. Oh, it's orange. It's because. How did it go from green to orange? That's weird. I never know what's going on here. So let me erase that. Okay. I must have hit it with my pinky down here. And I'm just going to go across here and see if I like that little shade underneath here. And maybe bring it down just a tad. Just let me see if I like it. I mean, I don't want to cover up pretty bubbles, but yeah, we need that. See the difference? That shade really looks good. It needed that little shade, so add the little shade there. And also, I'm wondering if I want that a little darker instead of that blue. I like the blue, I think. So anyway, you know, I could play around forever with this thing. This is great, but I think the shade looks good. So go ahead and, I mean, if you like it. If not, then, you know, whatever. But I think that the shade, whoops, the shade gives it a nice effect. See, it makes his head kind of come forward. And that's what we want. So, okay guys, I will see you in part 3. Hope you had fun, and I hope you're liking your picture so far, and I hope I'm helping you. Thank you very much. Okay, ciao.